So had the green. They looked dull and gray and hard, like lake water on a cloudy day. It was the face of a man who could beat a railroad bum within an inch of his life and never lose a minute's sleep over it. "Mr. James," he said, "I need to ask you something." Man to man. "All right," I said. I tried to brace myself for what I felt sure was coming next. "Is there another cow in yonder well?" "One named Arlette?" But I was wrong. "I can put her name and description out on the telegraph wire, if you want." "She won't have gone no further than Omaha, will she?" "Not on just 180 smackers." "And a woman who's spent most of her life keepin' house has no idea of how to hide out." "She'll like as not be in a rooming house over on the east side, where they run cheap." "I could have her brought back. Dragged back by the hair of the head, if you want." "That's a generous offer, but—" The dull gray eyes surveyed me. "Think it over before you say yea or nay. Sometimes a female needs talking to by hand, if you take my meaning, and after that they're all right." "A good whacking has a way of sweetening some gals up." "Think it over." "I will." The Maxwell's engine exploded into life. I stuck out my hand, the one that had cut her throat, but Sheriff Jones didn't notice. He was busy retarding the Maxwell's spark and adjusting her throttle. 2 minutes later he was no more than a diminishing boil of dust on the farm road. "He never even wanted to look," Henry marveled. "No. And that turned out to be a very good thing. We had shoveled hard and fast when we saw him coming, and nothing stuck up now but one of Elphus's lower legs. The hoof was about 4 feet below the lip of the well. Flies circled it in a cloud. The sheriff would have marveled, all right, and he would have marveled even more when the dirt in front of that protruding hoop began to pulse up and down. Henry dropped his shovel and grabbed my arm. The afternoon was hot, but his hand was ice cold. "It's her," he whispered. His face seemed to be nothing but eyes. "She's trying to get out." "Stop being such a goddamned ninny," I said, but I couldn't take my eyes off that circle of heaving dirt. It was as if the well were alive, and we were seeing the beating of its hidden heart. Then dirt and pebbles sprayed to either side and a rat surfaced. The eyes, black as beads of oil, blinked in the sunshine. It was almost as big as a full-grown cat. Caught in its whiskers was a shred of blood-stained brown burlap. "Oh, you fuck!" Henry screamed. Something whistled inches past my ear, and then the edge of Henry's shovel split the rat's head in two as it looked up into the dazzle. "She sent it," Henry said. He was grinning. "The rats are hers, now." "No such thing. You're just upset." He dropped his shovel and went to the pile of rocks with which we meant to finish the job once the well was mostly filled in. There he sat down and stared at me raptly. "Are you sure? Are you positive she ain't haunting us?" "People say someone who's murdered will come back to haunt whoever." "People say lots of things. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place, a broken mirror brings 7 years bad luck, a whippoorwill calling at midnight means someone in the family's going to die." I sounded reasonable, but I kept looking at the dead rat. And that shred of blood-stained burlap. From her snood,